On July 29, 1890, the world would lose a once-in-a-lifetime artist, a man whose works would become popular after his death. This man would go on to be the world's most influential artist, and some say the greatest painter of all time. A man whose style is recognized by many for his dramatic and bold brushstrokes, and celebrated for its unique and emotional depictions of landscapes, portraits, and still lives. Remarkably, he would only go on to sell one painting during his life. This man that I am talking about is none other than Vincent van Gogh, a generational talent that we may never see again, and whose paintings will live on for years to come. To begin, I shall explain his early life. Vincent Willem van Gogh was born on March 30, 1853 in Zundert, Netherlands. He had 5 siblings, 2 brothers and 3 sisters: Anna, Theo, Will, Lies, and Cor van Gogh. From the ages of 11 to 13, Vincent would go on to change schools twice and would later give up on his education for a period. At the age of 16, his uncle had found him a job as a trainee at the international art dealer Gogh and C. This is where he and his brother Theo would work together and build a strong relationship for years to come. He then remained working there for 6 years, but eventually lost motivation for becoming an art dealer. After his time at Gogh and C ended, Vincent took a job as an assistant teacher in England in 1876, but was disappointed due to the students not showing up for his class. He would later return to Holland to study theology, but lacked the discipline to complete his formal training and eventually dropped out. In 1879, Vincent became a lay preacher. At this point in his life, he had turned deeply religious and resided in a town in Belgium called Orange, which was a mining region. He would preach the Bible to the sick. He slept on the floor and would often give away his things to people of that town, which would lead to his nickname, the Christ of the Coal Mine. Vincent's life would soon change when his brother Theo encouraged him to pursue a career in painting. Theo was impressed by the sketches Vincent sent to him in their letters from one to another, and went as far as supporting him financially whenever he could. Despite his brother's support, Vincent was forced to move back in with his parents for a period of time. This caused a great deal of tension in their relationship, as his parents did not support his decision to pursue painting. In 1881, he had become a peasant painter and started to paint things that were going around him. So he rented a studio in the village he was living. His father would die in March of 1885, and from that point on, he began to exhibit signs of mental instability and was hard to live with. At this time, he made one of the first paintings, The Potato Ears. Vincent's unique painting style, in which he developed his well-known style of bright colors and bold brushstrokes. From then on, he would begin to produce his most well-known works. In 1887, he painted Bridge in the Rain. In 1888, The Red Vineyard, and his most famous and well-known painting, Starry Night, was painted in 1889. In that same year, he would go on to be hospitalized due to his worsening mental state, likely triggered by the lack of success he had selling his work. He would go on to have a bizarre injury in which he had cut off his ear in an incident. Though we do not know how exactly Vincent passed, it is likely that he died from self-inflicted injuries on July 29, 1890. In conclusion, Vincent van Gogh's life was marked by personal and professional turmoil. In his personal life, he was never able to gain the approval of his parents or the respect of the people around him. In his professional life, even his talent and work ethic, he was not celebrated by many of his contemporaries. Despite this, Vincent van Gogh is widely regarded as one of the world's most influential painters of all time. His body of work is comprised of over 900 paintings, including memorable ones such as Starry Night, The Red Viner, and The Bridge on the Rain. This has been my speech on Vincent van Gogh. Thank you.